I get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe. What's come over me feels like I'm somebody else.
I get overwhelmed. When I open my eyes in the early morning, I hear this gentle voice inside of my head, acknowledging that we made it to a new day, a new chance, a new opportunity to embrace and literally hug life. However, as the minutes go, it fades away, letting my thoughts take control, and generally, this is when things get complicated. As far as the day goes, my mind never gets silenced. I keep overthinking situations, replaying past events, highlighting what I could have done better, and romanticizing what would have happened if things went a specific way. And when the past isn't fulfilling anymore, I just jump into the future, dreaming about my goals, playing scenarios in my head as I would want them to exist in my reality, thinking about what I want to achieve, get, and have. And in all that time, my engines keep working and working and working. However, even if at a first glance this seems like a good opportunity for getting better by learning from the past and projecting into the future, it very often comes with overwhelm, fear, and anxiety. Because what I came to realize very late, even if it's intuitive, is that we have no control over neither the past nor the future. And as good as projecting and learning are great for personal growth, if they actually stop us from living in the present moment, then are we really living? I found myself in a loop, a vicious cycle where I hardly ever sit with myself and appreciate where I am right now. I am either lost in the past or hurled into the future. And I didn't feel it at first, but I couldn't understand my drivers in life. What I used to interpret in myself as hard work, ambition, and organization was actually a coping mechanism for my anxiety and overwhelm. When I am fearing what's coming next, I distract myself with work, with accomplishments, with setting goals and thriving to achieve them. It's actually a safe space for me to pour my energy and distract myself rather than sit with those hurtful emotions and understand them and process them. Yes, feeling scared and overwhelmed does hurt, and the basic human being that I am just want to avoid pain. But there's a lyric that caught my attention and changed my perspective. As I was scrolling on TikTok, a song went, "Forgiven who you are, for what you stand to gain. Just know that if you hide, it doesn't go away." And at that exact moment, my mind went, distracting myself, aka hiding, will not swipe away my fears. And this is when I realized that whether I like it or not, the past is sealed and the future is uncertain. And all I can do is accept it and live with it. Now, instead of letting my thoughts float inside of my mind like a fetus in a womb, I journal. I write every single goal, regret, situation, dream, reflection. I just write it down, and in my body, I feel the relief. I feel light-weighted. It's almost like pouring water on the grass. The cup becomes lighter and the grass absorbs it all. Journaling is also a way for me to remind myself that everything has always been great. That life has always had its own beautiful ways of making us reach what we never thought of reaching. Meet people that we never intended to meet. Go to places that were never on our agenda. Life has always had its beautiful ways of redirecting our paths. And so, I should have stronger faith and not surrender to my overthinking. Journaling helps me also express my gratitude and thankfulness for every single thing, from a roof and food to all the other self-fulfilling needs. I also found it very helpful to have a physical to-do list. I take it with me wherever I go, just to write down anything popping in my mind. Something I should take care of later, a doctor's appointment, an email to send, groceries to get. Having things to do that I am not able to do right now overwhelms me and stresses me out. So my to-do list is a way for me to get those things outside of my system and cross them over later. And what about enjoying the present moment? Appreciating where we are right now? Well, I got this amazing advice from my friend, and I can't thank her enough for it. Whenever I start wandering around, lost in past memories or creating future scenarios, and I catch myself doing so, I consciously bring myself to where I am physically right now. I describe what I see: the blue sky, the trees, the colored leaves, the buildings. I list what I smell: wet grass, spring breeze, blooming flowers, the smell of the sea. I focus on what I hear: birds singing, children playing, strangers talking, and feel what I am able to touch. This trick helps me shut down the wandering voice and awaken the grateful, mindful, and thankful one. It helps me see my own world through a different lens, and the now, where the tiny joys of life are heartwarming and all my senses are strengthened and awakened. And now that I am picturing things differently, I'm learning to see overwhelm as both a curse and a blessing. A curse because it shuts down all receptors and drag us in a negative loop. But a blessing because it's also the source of beautiful realizations, self-understanding, and a motive to do better, to be better, and to live better. And when overwhelm is associated with blissfulness, all the explosions that might come later will be beautifully depicted, just like the artistry of fireworks. You know, those scary, noisy explosions that look mesmerizing and enchanting. And this is what my painting Overwhelmed is about. A painting that depicts faith, aspiration, fear, and chaos. And I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of the Glow Up Journey of a Self-Taught Artist. And I truly hope that you enjoyed every single minute watched, that you were able to relate to my experience, or you simply learned about a new life perspective. Thank you so much again, and have a great artistic day.